Polish yet Berlin-based artist and illustrator, mostly known for my geometric pictures of women. I picked up a pencil when I was a kid, and I never really let it go. There was a moment in my life when I wanted to be like a serious adult person, but not anymore. I started off as a costume designer for puppets, like stop motion puppet animation, and theater and movies. Then I switched to graphic design to be like more independent because you can just travel and just all you need is your computer. But then I just pivoted to illustration about 2.5 years ago, and since 2 years it's been my full-time job. It starts on paper, my sketchbook, and it looks really rough and unsexy. Then it's time to refine it, also on paper, and then when I'm satisfied with how it looks, I start working on the computer. This is why I couldn't really show you my like process of paint and so on. Yeah, I mostly use Photoshop, and I work with like different brushes, but I also make textures that then I scan and put in Illustrator so that it has this like human touch. Yeah, and when it comes to print, I use a technique called Schichl print, and this is digital, which makes a lot of people really sad because they think it's screen printing. It's not, it's digital, but it's also very high quality, and thanks to the components, the colors are very, very strong and they will not fade in time. When I was a graphic designer, I really didn't draw as much, and I wanted to find my way back to be creative, and I was looking for something to just wake up the spark. And for me, this moment was when I started to learn how to draw properly at the Academy of Arts, and I wanted to. While thinking about it right now, I feel like a fraud because I didn't draw during the classes. I was just telling people what is proper to do and how they should start, but I never like had a pencil in my hand, just not to screw it up. And well, it really helped me to go back to drawing, and here we are. But then I really like teaching people and seeing the progress, and feeling that I actually told someone something that helped them be happier about their creativity and their process and so on. So this is why I teach workshops. Mostly people who come there are women who just want to do something for themselves. They just want to spend one creative evening, maybe to, again, wake up the spark in them to be more creative, or, they just want to come and have some good time with me. Well, workshops, workshops take several hours, and obviously this is not the time where you can teach everyone everything. Yeah, but it's a good starting point for me to talk to people about emotions in visual art. So when you want to paint something dreamy, let's talk about like colors and how you can execute this and so on. And I think it's like a good starting point to feel more creative, but also to talk about your feelings and like what you see and how you would like to present it. It's very hard to say because growing up in the 90s in Poland, we didn't have a role model of a successful artist. And I think for many people everywhere around the world, like artist is like a crazy, starving person, doing like weird things. So I think it kind of stopped me in the beginning from feeling like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be an artist. But I'm just trying to figure out if through my art you can see any Polish elements. I don't really think so. But the funny thing is, I also don't. I don't think you can like feel Poland through my work, but you also cannot really feel Berlin. I feel. It's just very personal. I think I transfer my emotions, and I usually build characters that I would like to become. So, you know, like sexy, strong, proud women. So there's something I work to be. And obviously, like being Polish and living in Berlin, it all is part of my own journey. So without it, I don't know if my nationality really happens. Probably if I were from somewhere else, like Japan, for instance, my works would look totally different. But yeah, it's really hard to say. I never found myself being like very feminine, female, and I'm just. And like growing up and being an adult and being an expat and living in Berlin, and Berlin is very, I don't know, well, Berlin is very sexual, right? So it's just the elements that make you question like, who am I actually, and how I feel and what I like. So like my haircut is also part of like experimenting what I like. Yeah, so definitely, and also I think through my work I want to empower other women, because I myself did not feel very empowered for a lot of time. I didn't even find myself as, you know, I am a girl or I am a woman. I was just, you know, this like, yeah, I just, yeah. So I think my art helps me figure out who I am, what I want, what I like. A lot of what I do is also out of curiosity, just to see how it will look like on screen or in print. So it's more like looking what works and what not. First of all, I was trained to be an artist, but when you are a full-time artist, you also have to be a business person. That is something that I had to figure out on my own. Also, it's not, you just have so many possibilities, and when you are a freelancer, you can do whatever you want, which is amazing, but it also makes you choose what interests you. Is it like giving workshops or going to market or working with clients? What kind of clients? What your style is, you know, there's like a lot of things. Also the creative process, I know that there are many people who enjoy it. I hate it. Like for me, it's very, very painful, because this is probably when all my demons wake up. And I don't know, probably a lot of other artists think the same. It's like, am I good enough? It's like, this is probably like a very shitty drawing and everyone will hate it. Just doubting my capabilities and everything, just to make that whole circle that, oh, it's actually a pretty good drawing. I could do it better next time, but for now, it's just, a friend of mine told me in the very beginning that being a creative freelancer is mostly about managing your emotions, and I totally agree, because this is like finding the good balance between what I like, what my clients like, just believing that you're good enough and worthy the money, and yeah. So I would say it's really hard, but at least for me, this is the only path that makes me happy. So it's like, you know, tough one.